Herb Dean will oversee the action in this lightweight bout, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Almanbet Zanebekov in the blue corner, and Olhaz Askarev in the red. Zanebekov on the feet can be quite wild. That makes him exciting to watch, but can cause problems for himself in there as well.
Oh! And right now his stance, he's kind of tall. Zanebekov, he's fighting tall, which actually allowed Askarov to get such a nice shot in on his legs. You know, because it's MMA, you have to constantly have a balance between a stance that is suitable to avoid takedowns, a stance. Oh, he's in a Kimura already.
Look at this, working hard for that.
He's over the head. If he can get the hand off the body and get his weight back down. Right now, Askarov's just a little high, which allowed the elbow to slip through. But great awareness of where he's at to transition to the mount and then take the back. And he's under the chin, it looks like, from here.
This could be a third fight, third finish if Askarev can lock this up.
Oh, he's really deep with that hand. That other hand gets loose.
He's actually got his fingers inside the glove there, which is actually illegal if the referee can see that, but I don't know.
That's too hard right now for Herb to see what's going on. He's also checking to make sure nothing goes in the eyes. They can't see everything, but you're right. And that's actually saving Zanebekov right now.
Wow.
If that other hand would have came free, this fight would already be over with. Oh,
nice knee to the body there as they re-engage.
And that's already the second time tonight we've seen one of the Kazakhstani fighters with an overhook throw such a very good knee from that clinch. If you're in the back and your opponent's coming from this area, I'd be paying attention to that.
So already this is the longest fight of the night so far. Zanebekov looking to try and take it down as well. He's got some great submissions himself. Transitions well between attacks.
Yeah, but right now he's really expending a lot of energy there. Wasn't a very efficient move. He's about to get kneed in the body again here, the way he's driving through. You can see already his legs locking up. You do that because you start to get tired, but the part about it that's awful is it only makes you get more tired because now you're not structurally in a sound position. You might actually get the double here. Working hard for it though. Yeah, and you can see where his head's down, carrying all the weight on his back like that. It makes it hard to take a deep breath. And Askarov's doing a good job of transitioning to a kind of basically a Kimura type defense where you sit there, you see how he's shrouding over the body, you're holding. You got to be careful because one, it makes it hard to connect.
Oh, you can see Zanebekov there looking tired.
That's a pretty good sportsmanship. He felt that maybe he threw a strike too soon after the touch, which there's no rule, but kind of an unspoken. He just.
Oh, this is getting wild now. I talked about the wild strike to Zanebekov. Chasing down Askarev around the cage, but not the greatest technique if you're showing somebody how to set up your strikes or use combinations.
No, and actually, this could be a finish here. It's kind of a neck crank if he can drive, but right now, Zanebekov's too low on the arm. By holding it like that, makes it hard for him to get it out, but he's applying pressure on the neck, and it really puts a lot of pressure on the shoulder.
This is where Zanebekov is dangerous as well. If he can hold an arm, he'll work from there. This is a wild scrap between these two.
Yeah, neither guy has stopped to take a breath. And it's going to affect them eventually. You're going to,
Oh, Zanebekov looking to lock that arm up.
It doesn't look like the elbow's in too much danger there. Askarov could just keep.
Oh, these are big shots. Herb Dean's nearly stepped in there. 50 seconds left. The heart of Zanebekov, though.
Yeah, look at him. I mean, he is determined. A lot of times, I say that you think it's funny. Well, of course, he's fighting determined. I'm like, a couple hard shots to someone's face kind of kills their motivation to want to win the fight. Sometimes self-preservation starts to take over, and so far, Zanebekov's not showing it. He's wow.
And he gets the takedown. What a first round this has been between these two. One will be the most beautiful display of
look at this
mixed martial arts, but Zani Bekov is getting back into the fight. Ugly but effective there at the end of the round.
No, we always say that you got to make it not pretty, fight grimy, get gritty. This is the definition of it right here.
Both fighters going back to their corner. And you've got to think in the mind of Askarev as well. He's throwing some huge punches.
And technically sound. I mean, right now, if you sit there and tell me who's the better technical martial artist, well, here you see the ground and pound where his ankles are. He's avoiding the sweep. He avoided the triangle. His stand-up shots, his stance. But you could just see here that Zani Bekov just uses a lot of heart. It's not that he doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, he has technique. He's sloppier. But for what he doesn't have in that crisp, clean, picture-perfect movement, there's a lot of heart and a lot of determination.
Well, that first round was back and forth. Askarev, it looks like he spent quite a lot of energy during that as well. His corner working hard to shake his arms out. Refocus him. Round number 2 underway. Zani Bekov in the blue corner and Askarev in the red. But Askarev taking some deep breaths.
Yeah, no, he's in a fight. He's tired. I think that if he just would use his feet just a little bit more, and maybe he can rely more on his striking instead of. Oh, that's.
Oh, Herb Dean taking a point there. That was a clear hold of the cage, and he didn't just hold it for a moment. Herb verbally warned him, and then had to help remove the hand. So he's taken a point away there, and that's going to be interesting as far as where this fight now lies. That first round, we'd have to give it to Askarev for the damage and control. But now we're looking at Zani Bekov. Oh, that's a knee.
Yeah, he had one hand up, so it's completely legal. And his hand's fading out again for that takedown attempt. Oh, wow, good improvisation to hold the wrist like that.
Oh, that is a wrist lock there. He's got dived on it. But listen to the crowd here. Get behind Askarev as he, not through any technique, but falls on top of Zani Bekov.
Yeah, Askarev, I would think to even let him up. He's shown to be the superior striker if he can continue to maintain distance. But this grappling match here, this is Zani Bekov's type of match. It's ugly, but it's constant pressure and intensity. And his body is just accustomed to that type of movement to where, you know, he's a long-distance type of fighter.
Interesting attempt to pass the guard there. Look at Zani Bekov calling him on. Oh, and connecting with a couple of shots of his own. This is a scary dude to fight. You need a gun in there or something.
Well, you just have to... This is where you can't just beat a guy down. You have to know how to look for the finish. So some of those guys that they call them like the Frankenstein monsters, if you don't put them to sleep, whether with a choke or with whether a knockout, they're going to keep coming up after you. You know, and it can break guys psychologically, especially, you know, somebody like Askarev who's got clean technique, does things very well. I'm sure he has very little difficulty in the gym against some of his training partners. He's had a very successful career right now, 3-1. So he's probably like landed shots that he's used to people not taking. He's been in positions, I'm sure, when he had that side control. Oh, guillotine attempt. When he had that guillotine, he's going to go to sleep if he doesn't.
Look at that. This could be it. What a turnaround this could be.
He's got the elbow high.
This could be it. He's tapped. Zani Bekov.
Yep.
Has finished. Oh, that's Askarev with a fantastic guillotine there. He almost went out on his feet.
He did. He dropped down to his knees, and I think that was the last effort of him to try to recover.
The Kazakhstan flag flying high there. But what? We've got to talk about this young man. Like you said, not technically brilliant, but the heart and attitude in the cage. That you can't buy that. You cannot teach that.
No, that's something that, you know, guys have to earn the hard way. And he's, you know, that guy has put in hours in the gym. He's meant a mental dedication to himself, a decision that he's never going to back down in a fight. He's going to go forward, and you're going to have to put him away. And this is exactly what, you know, Escobar would have had to have done to win this fight. And came close several times, threatened with a great Kimura, threatened with a great guillotine, or the rear naked choke there, landed some good shots, but nothing to deter Zenny Bekov.